Hey y'all, I don't normally post videos like this, but man, I'm dirty. Figure I'd do something different. Want to see what y'all's thoughts were, just in life in general, you know. I work as a trash man. I'm an equipment operator for a trash company here in Michigan. I drove truck for a long time, but driving truck was always just a backup plan. I actually went to school to be a musician, and I drove a dump truck in college, and that's what paid the bills. And when I got out of school, that's all that ever paid the bills. And long story short, I was a owner-operator for the majority of my over-the-road career and made some money. I spent a lot of money. Most years I spent more money than I made. And I don't know, like money has been one of those things that my parents never did a good job teaching me about, and so I had to learn a lot of lessons the hard way. And I have this weird relationship with money. I've struggled with back pain for a long time, and I always thought it was just pushing myself too hard, or I'm not stretching enough, or I'm not doing enough exercises, I'm not doing, and I'm a big guy, I'm overweight, and I'm too fat, and found out that I've got a hereditary genetic issue. I don't know what it's called. Basically, the discs are eroding, and I have curves in my back, and I don't know, half a dozen slip discs. One of the vertebrae is slipping forward and pressing on my spinal cord, and so my legs go, my feet go numb, my hands go numb. I had a whole sorts of issues, and I don't care about the surgery. I mean, if I need it, I need it. I've gone and gotten other opinions, and the consensus is that I need it. But this video is not about that. This video is about money. And my biggest fear has been, well, when I'm off of work, I do not think FMLA will pay enough to cover my bills. And so I have started liquidating some stuff. And I had a couple of grand in savings, but I started liquidating stuff. Sold one of my motorcycles, sold a motorcycle trailer, get ready to sell I have a square body Suburban, getting ready to sell that. Just to, hopefully cover what FMLA doesn't pay. But what I'm having a hard time with is that I had the opportunity to buy a Sousaphone a while back, And the guy thought it was an E-flat sousaphone, which for the most part is an undesirable horn. Me being a big guy, they fit super tight on me, and I hate playing them. And having to try to being a B flat player, and I played a C horn in college and in my short-lived professional career. E flat is not a horn that I enjoy playing. I'd rather play an F horn than an E flat horn. But I picked up this sousaphone for a couple $100, and I thought it was a E flat tuba, and I was gonna make wall art out of it. I was gonna have it painted super psychedelic colors, and then I have we call it a bar, but it's just this common area. It used to be a hot tub room, but I don't have the time, the patience, or the knowledge to deal with a hot tub. And so I tore all that out, and we made a bar out of it. But I was going to take this E-flat tuba and bolt it to the ceiling, and it'd be cool. Well, it turns out that it's a smaller B-flat horn, and I tried playing on it, and for me, like my hands and everything is all cramped up here, and so I already have a sousaphone. I have a fiberglass sousaphone, so I don't need two of them, and so I posted up for sale for $800, and I figured, man, like I could make some money, put it in savings for when I have my surgery, and everything would be good. And if you know anything about tubas, a playing fiberglass sousaphone in a really nice shape, like really, really nice shape. It's a Con, I want to say it's a 36K, with a fresh paint job on it for $800 is a steal. And so I posted it online, and I had a bunch of people message me, and they all wanted me to ship it. But I got burned on that once a few years back, and I don't want to dick with that. And so a mutual friend of mine reached out to me and said, hey, there's this high school girl who plays in a band that I also play in, a volunteer group. And she's looking for a sousaphone, and she reached out, she messaged me, and agreed to buy it, and I agreed to take it the 2 hours down to rehearsal for her to play on it, and see if she wants it. And she loves it, and she's super happy with it, and everything that you would want as a seller. And she gave me $850. And she said, I gave you $50 extra because I feel bad that you drove this far. Now, mind you, at this point, I've made over $600 off of this horn. And now I feel really awful. I feel really awful because the guy I bought it from, I was convinced it was an E-flat horn. And so I offered him less than a couple $100. Like I said, I got a steal on this horn. And I feel super bad. I feel bad that the guy I bought it from didn't get the money out of it that he could have. And I feel like I've taken advantage of this other gal. Don't get me wrong, she's happy. But I wish that I hate that money is a thing. I hate that money dictates my life. You know, that $800, $850 now is putting me that much more of a buffer zone for when I'm off of work, and having 5, I think we're going to start with 5 discs being fused. And, having that extra money would be awesome, but I feel guilty as fuck. I wish I was in a position that I could have given it to her for what I paid for it. Or that the guy I bought it from knew what it was and he could have made money off of it. I feel like I've taken advantage of a couple of people, but I just couldn't turn down the opportunity to make the money. I mean, I think the only thing that justifies it for me is that I know I could have gotten $1,500 out of it, because my sousaphone, I paid $2,000 for that, and it's not as nice as this one that I just got rid of. And so I feel like that high school gal, like, she got a good deal, and she will never come across another deal like that in any time soon. So I don't know, but yeah, here's my Suburban I'm getting ready to sell. But all right, we'll see you later.